All right, what is going on, Banter fam? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we are going to take a deep look at the gaming markets, and I'm going to build off of the foundation and the seeds we planted yesterday on how to have a strategy and how to isolate different niches within the gaming market. These markets can be very volatile when you're betting on single games or when you're betting on these small cap projects. But when you're betting on projects with legit infrastructure and utility, you're really building out a portfolio that's going to be really like powering the foundation of gaming in the future versus actually relying on being adopted as a single game. So today we're going to go into a lot of infrastructure plays based off yesterday's conversations. And then we're also going to take a look at some games as well as some lower cap projects that are pretty new to the market that I'm very bullish on, as well as an upcoming IGO this week for Syn City. I'm very excited to dig into it. Without further ado, let's get in the game.
Banter, this is Crypto Banter, this is Crypto Banter, Crypto Banter for you, this is Crypto Banter, this is Crypto Banter, this is Crypto Banter, Crypto Banter for you, smash those likes. Smash those likes. Crypto Banter for you, smash those likes, smash those likes. Crypto Banter for you, smash those likes, smash those likes. Crypto Banter for you, for you, for you.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. And as we all know, if you look at the markets on a broad scale right now, on a wide scale, you can see that the market's not really looking the best as far as blue chips, as far as gaming. There's a lot of blood in the markets today, and it's a pretty good day to take a look deep into these infrastructure plays that will be powering gaming in the future. But as you see, tons of projects taking hits today, majority red across the gaming markets, even for these top projects. Even for these high market cap projects, it doesn't really matter. They're all kind of taking a hit with this market. So we're going to focus on those plays today that you can potentially stack up on for the future and be comfortable with accumulation in these types of markets for when the market picks back up. These are pretty safe, lower risk plays that are going to be powering gaming. But I first wanted to talk about something that really came out while we were on holiday break here on Banter, and that is the Phantom Galaxy gameplay. So Phantom Galaxy released a demo gameplay for anyone who claimed the free airdrop ship on their platform. So recently they just released their demo, and this thing really does look AAA. You take a look at just kind of, this is like inside the space station. You're going in to kind of find your mission and figure out what you're exactly going to do inside of your next mission. And you can fast forward, and this is kind of the space, like kind of exactly what the space gameplay looks like. And honestly, it's very fluid. And when you look at games today in the blockchain space, nothing really looks like this. There's not a lot of games out there yet that are this diverse, that are this graphically capable. And in my opinion, Phantom Galaxies has set them up to be potentially one of the top tier games. And this was already known that they were going to be a top tier game. This is going to be a complete AAA game. Very good backers with Animoca Brands and Blowfish Studios. But in my opinion, they really hit a home run with the demo and the graphics, the gameplay, just the smooth feel. You know, a lot of games come out and they have bugs. There's not a lot, like some of it just feels wrong. Some of it just feels like it needs help. And this game right here did not feel that way at all. I'm really excited about Phantom Galaxies. Everything about it really just kind of hit the nail on the head. And I'm really happy about the demo that they put out. And I'd love to hear any community opinion who got to play the demo as well on my Twitter. Let me know what you thought about that, because I thought that that was a really good showing from Phantom Galaxies, and I'm excited for the future for Phantom Galaxies. Now, let's get into the infrastructure that we were talking about. Now, I want to break this down into 3 different levels. We're going to talk about low risk, higher market cap projects that are behind gaming, that are the backbone of gaming at the moment. We're going to go into mid cap, kind of larger but middle cap coins that are also big major utility plays in gaming. And then I have a couple smaller cap coins as well that have great utility behind them. So let's go ahead and dig in. So let's go with the higher market cap, low risk projects first. And this is obviously MATIC, Polygon. A lot of games out there do run on the Polygon network, low fees, pretty stable, but recently they've been having some network issues inside of some of the games that they run on. Pretty slow network issues if the game is kind of congested. But Polygon has been a very safe bet in the gaming space. It does power quite a bit of games. And I won't spend too much time on these top blue chips because we all know Polygon. Enjin also is one of those projects that is behind the backbone of gaming and NFTs right now in the current market. Enjin is one of those safe plays. And at a $2 billion market cap, it's not quite Polygon with that $16 billion market cap. So, my opinion, these would be the two layer one style projects, the top tier blue chip projects as far as infrastructure that you would want to take a look at that are really high market cap. But then another higher market cap project like Gala Games, not exactly what's the backbone of gaming, but this is a gaming studio. They're going to be producing multiple games. Right now, if you look at the Gala Games platform, they have The Walking Dead, Mirandus, Legacy, Last Expedition, Spider Tanks, and all these different games. And this is just the beginning. Gala is running on their own network as well as producing these games. Top tier team. When you take a look at the team behind this project, one of the co-founders from Zynga is behind Gala Games, if you did not know. And Zynga did produce Farmville on Facebook. So one of the most successful Facebook mini games out there in probably the history of Facebook. So this is a very strong project. I know recently this thing really did numbers, but it has been consolidating since its Metaverse and Coinbase pump. But this is just one of those projects that's going to be around for the long haul. They have no plans of going anywhere, and the development is just churning. They are really producing quality at Gala Games. And if you're looking to get in on the top tier gaming studio in the space, Gala is definitely the way to go. Now, I want to talk about Immutable X. Now, we're going to start getting into that under $1 billion market cap. Now, obviously, the fully diluted here is pretty high, but the unlock schedule isn't too brutal for Immutable X. So that's something to keep note of. The unlocks won't really tear that down too quickly. But you take a look at an $800 million market cap for Immutable X, but then you can take a look at the games that they are powering. So they're going to be behind TikTok Top Moments, first of all, which is going to be big in the future. They're already running Gods Unchained on their platform. Guild of Guardians will be also on Immutable X. Not to mention they have landed Illuvium as well. There's a lot of games that will be powered by Immutable X. And I think that can be a real catalyst here. Whenever you're looking at actual usage on the IMX blockchain, there's a lot of transactions right now currently on Gods Unchained. Now, let's imagine you put Guild of Guardians on top of it in in-game economy. You stack Illuvium and that hype on top of it. You're going to have a ton of transactions on the Immutable network. And in my opinion, this is still kind of in, if you look at the chart, this is kind of just in a dip right now. We've taken that hit since Thanksgiving, really when the markets kind of started to turn around a bit. And it's kind of a good accumulation level for a project that's going to be fueling multiple top tier games. So I love Immutable X is definitely an accumulation in these levels. And I don't think that that's a bad play. Even in the state of the market, this is going to pick back up once those transactions start coming in from top tier games. Another one that doesn't get talked about as much. This is definitely one of the top gaming blockchains today that has a ton already operating for it. And that is the Wax blockchain. So you look at Wax, $800 million market cap. They've been coming out with a ton of top tier partnerships. They recently had a pretty nice run up here as well around that bull market for gaming. And now they've taken a little bit of a consolidation. The one thing about Wax, they have a ton of active games, active products already on their blockchain. But then you look at their partners. They're already partners with Atari, Mattel, Bratz, AMC Theaters, Hasbro, Sony Pictures. They also recently just partnered with Amazon for an NFT trading card project. So in my opinion, Wax is probably the blockchain out there making the top tier partners. We're kind of waiting on the full rollout of what this is all going to add up to in the future. But in my opinion, Wax has a lot of strength in the partners, and you can tell that their team is definitely in deep with these top tier level partners looking to get in the NFT game. So Wax is one of those that's already being highly utilized, and it's kind of still under the radar is the fact that it's obviously a big market cap, but not a lot of people talk Wax, even when it comes to gaming. You kind of really have to be into gaming and NFTs to know exactly that Wax is completely gaming or completely NFT based. But you know, their majority focus here is to bring NFTs to the blockchain, and they do have a ton of successful collections and sets and games already functioning. Now let's get into that next level. Let's go a step down. So we're going from those nearly $1 billion or above $1 billion market cap projects. Let's trickle down into the projects that are under $500 million market cap. And we're going to start with Ultra. So we've mentioned Ultra a few times on this channel, and you will know that this is one of my biggest holdings in my entire portfolio. Ultra is going to be releasing 25, 50, 100 plus games eventually over the next couple of years on their platform. And right now they already have about 25 games signed to launch on Ultra. So what this means, they will be licensed with Ultra. The revenue distribution splits that Ultra also provides a share to the creator of the game for every single sale of the game. So when you look at traditional GameStop, when you look at traditional gaming sales, operators and developers, they don't make money beyond the first sale. So they make $60 on the first transaction, let's say for a video game, and that's it. That's the only profit that they make other than microtransactions in the game. Ultra is going to make an incentive for developers where they make money on the secondary market on their game sales, which is a true marketplace. That is actually decentralization. So I really love that. Not to mention the NFT marketplace that's in the works for Ultra and already being tested. There's rumors of a AAA game being announced soon as well, launching on Ultra. So I'm very excited about this project. $400 million market cap. And when we saw this similar time period, right around Thanksgiving, when the market did take a little bit of a hit, we got up to $2.44 here. Now we're we're about $1 under that right now. I think this is a big time value buy. This is not listed on Binance or Coinbase, and I think it is a Binance or Coinbase level project eventually. I see this getting mass eyes on it this year, and I think 2022 is a huge year for Ultra. Not to mention, you can take a look kind of at their marketplace here. It just looks really, really clean, guys. They're going to have all these different games and assets right here on their app, which is downloadable on your PC right now if you want to go ahead and test it out. So I absolutely love Ultra. Let's get into a couple different either layer one blockchains or smart NFT projects, and that is Phantasma. We talked about Phantasma yesterday. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Very healthy market cap here. The diluted is exactly the same as the market cap. Right now, it's taken a little bit of a hit because the market is red today, but this chart doesn't lie, and I don't think that this thing's done whatsoever. Every single dip, it definitely comes out stronger, and in my opinion, this is going to be a massive, massive project. This is $1 billion project in the future. I have no doubt about it. Altura is another smart NFT project, $70 million market cap, much lower cap. Now, this right here is a smart NFT project that is a little under the radar as far as when you're taking a look at like Phantasma or Efinity. They definitely kind of overshadow Altura, and Altura got up to 40 cents here in that peak of the bull market. And when you take a look, it was consolidating right around 25 cents. At 12 cents, 11 cents range, I definitely think that Altura is a nice accumulation. The diluted's not too heavy. The unlocks aren't too heavy either. And I think that Altura, with their smart NFT technology, you just kind of take a look at what they are building. They are powering the future of gaming, which is exactly what we are preaching on this show. Today is all about infrastructure. We want to be building out the landscape of gaming and be behind those projects, not underneath different types of games. That if you look at Twitch, there are games that were very hyped this year that already have died. If you look at the viewership, so games can die very quickly, guys. You want to plant your feet under these projects that are going to be actually powering the metaverse, powering NFTs, etc. Efinity is another one that when you look at the run that it has had, it's come down quite a bit, and this is a very volatile project for a higher cap, I would say. But Efinity is built by Enjin. It is backed on Polkadot, so it is built by the developers from Enjin, and it is on the Polkadot network. And it has been going for a parachain slot that it did lose, which I did think a little bit affected this price right here and the market sentiment as well. But they still have a chance at that parachain slot for Efinity. And I think at this market that we're in, a red market, a blue chip project in the making like Efinity, where Enjin has already injected a $100 million fund for their metaverse fund on top of the other games that are already planning to eventually launch on the Efinity network. This is a network built strictly for gaming, and it's at its bottom. If you look at the chart, it is at the very, very bottom of where it has been publicly trading. And I think this is a good accumulation for a top tier level project that I think eventually will be very much in play in the gaming market. Vulcan Forge. I definitely want to talk about Vulcan Forge because their hack and the token fork has really caused a dip. And we brought it up around the channel around 21 bucks. It's now at $14. Definitely a great accumulation. You look at Vulcan Forge down 33% from the $21 price that we did bring it to you here on the channel. This is about where I bought in the end, or kind of like at the beginning, I guess, of the bull market of gaming in 2021. But in my opinion, Vulcan Forge has taken a major hit. And that is mainly because they got hacked. A lot of their funds got hacked and stolen off their platform. Every single dollar was reimbursed. So that is a big thumbs up. But the token fork has really scared off a lot of new buyers. There's a lot of, like, when you take a look at a coin that is actually going to fork to a new asset to try to prevent the hacker from selling, which is the main reason they're doing this. The hackers' funds have been kind of frozen in the wallet. They've kind of taken the DEX liquidity out to where the hacker can't sell. So they're trying to protect their asset, which I love. But it kind of scares away some new buyers when they're uncertain. If I buy this coin, do I have to trade it to a new coin? So give it some time with Vulcan Forge. They will recover, and their team's reaction to their hack, in my opinion, was amazing. They really kind of attacked it head on. They took care of it, and it's kind of just a subject of the market and the sentiment around a hack. I think right after the hack, there's going to be a little bit of a downtime. Vulcan Forge will pick back up when the market does pick back up, and it's one of the stronger projects across gaming, in my opinion. Let's go with the last one here. Well, I guess there's one more after this that will be considered that mid-cap level, and this is Superfarm, guys. So Superfarm, I really wanted to talk this today because Elio just hinted at this NFT marketplace about how right now, if you're aware on OpenSea or just the NFT market, NFTs are going crazy right now while the market is down. And in my opinion, that's like, it happened in August and July. Like, whenever the market was kind of down, NFTs really heat up. We are definitely in an NFT bull market, and Elio is hinting at the Superfarm NFT market here. And as you know, Superfarm is partnered with Immutable X. So you could probably imagine that this would run on Immutable X, much less gas fees. And this is a definite clean looking interface that they are rolling out here and that Elio is teasing. And as he says, as NFTs come raging back, it's time for decentralized marketplace with all the bells and whistles. Time to push the envelope. So that is very interesting to see this type of interface coming out from Elio. And he has been hyping up imposters as well. They're coming out with the imposters game. And I think that Superfarm, it gets so much different sentiment around it because people expect Elio to just deliver today. If he doesn't deliver today, it's not going to work. That's not how gaming projects work. That's not how NFT projects work. That's not how building a game like he's doing is working. Superfarm is taking their time to masterfully put something together. Elio is going to push something quality here, and I don't think that there's that impatience factor with Superfarm. Like, you need to be patient with this project. And if you take a look at the entirety of the chart, guys, it did this for 3 months, 4 months. I know it was right after May, but this thing literally consolidated in these ranges, and it was just really down for 3-4 months here before it picked back up. I think it's going to kind of do that same thing while this market's in a lull. But when things come back around with the market, and when Elio and Superfarm start releasing more news, imposters gets closer to launch, I do think that Superfarm is ripe for a run-up. And let's get into the last mid. Now, I do think this will end up being a high cap. I do think this will end up being a multi-billion-dollar project. But the Ronin blockchain powering Axie Infinity, when you take a look at the Ronin blockchain, just absolute crazy amount of transactions. And when you look, you can go ahead and farm for Ronin here in the liquidity pools right on the KatanaRoninChain.com. You can pair your Axie Infinity with Ethereum, and you're able to LP together to farm for Ronin. And the good news, we said yesterday, this is right around the corner, guys. This is right around the corner. And the co-founder of Axie tweeted today in reaction to the FTX futures list. So FTX is doing a perpetual futures listing for the Ronin token. This will go live on the 6th. And that is only for futures trading. So the market trading is right around the corner for Ronin. It's rumored for February. So if you are looking to accumulate this token, it is a good time to take the month of January to farm that RON token. So you have that pre-launch RON holding that you can claim and you already have in your pockets when this thing goes live. Now, Let's wrap up with a couple of smaller cap projects. The market cap on Rainmaker Games is closer to 50 million at this moment. The diluted is freshly IGO'd, so it's kind of high on the diluted. The market cap is not a worry on this one either. It has pretty solid vesting, and there's a 4-month cliff still for those early investors. But Rainmaker Games is at a 15% dip today with the market sentiment. And you take a look, they are going to be the project that bridges games to players to guilds, which I absolutely love. They're going to have a social aspect to their platform. This is one that I just think is going to work. If they put this together where you can access different games right on their platform, create a social profile, find teammates to play with in these games. Gaming is super social. And if someone comes over from the traditional game space in 2022 to blockchain games, some of their friends might not. Not everyone understands the concept of NFTs plus games. But whenever that does become a full-blown adoption, a social network or a social platform to connect with other gamers is absolutely huge. And I think that Rainmaker Games has that market potentially in their sights with a social platform that's going to bridge players together and with guilds. All right, and last infrastructure play I want to talk about today, and that is Spintop. Now, Spintop's a little bit of a different project than the ones we have just talked about. Spintop is a all-in-one gaming hub, as they say, $25 million market cap about. And the one thing about this project to love, they did not take traditional VC funding. So they did not take those VC funds that are going to absolutely dump on their head every time there's token unlocks. They actually just passed their first unlock, which was the biggest unlock they will ever have. And I thought it was a pretty strong reaction. So they bought back 22% of the initial supply during their launch to prevent bots from buying up all the tokens. They decided to burn 80% of that supply in reaction to the biggest token unlocks that they will have in their history. This team is also very, very deep into gaming. They are very, the founder himself, the CEO, is based out of Turkey, and his connections in a lot of different countries out there that are massively adopting play-to-earn gaming as full-time income already. He has deep roots in gaming, and you take a look at the 4-pronged approach from Spintop. They're going to have the Gamepedia, a community-driven gaming guide where games are accessed, listed, and filtered based on tokenomics, ratings, smart chains, and development status. They are also reviewed by both critics and users. So it kind of gives you an all-in-one review platform, kind of like an IGN in the gaming world for traditional games, which I really like. The Spindex, where your gaming tokens are pulled together to create liquidity for yield farming. The Guild Maker, where you are going to be able to go in and create your own guild by burning spin tokens, recruit scholars, and compete with one another. And then the NFT marketplace, straightforward. It'll be a supply zone for the guild users and games where they will be listing their NFTs for sale. So Spintop, there's a lot of different approaches that they're going for. This is kind of what you could expect to see on their Gamepedia. As you see, Defina, 10 out of 10, playable. You can click on Find Out More. And as you see, Mines of Delarnia, Decentraland. So they are going to have a very clean interface to be able to access reviews and information about every game on the blockchain, which I love. So as far as a small cap project, I think Spintop is probably my most bullish small cap in my portfolio at the moment. And I don't really think it's close. I'm really bullish on this project long term, and their connections in the countries where play to earn is huge is a big factor in that. Now let's cover Seedify, a lot of upcoming launches. And the one that really sticks out, guys, Seedify, they come out with the best launches consistently, and we all know that based on the returns that they did in 2021. Their biggest IGO was Blocktopia, did a 712x. Spintop, when an IGO, did a 64x. CryoWar with 169x. I do think the next massive IGO is this week, and that is Syn City. Syn City is IGOing on Seedify's platform on Friday, January 7th. Syn City is the first ever Mafia metaverse displayed a stylized take on the world of modern syndicates. You're going to be able to formulate syndicates within the economy of Syn City, and you're going to be able to form businesses and a mafia as a DAO and work together inside of this game. And if you haven't seen kind of just the preview, that's kind of like the different types of variations of apparel, weapons, all that good stuff that you can build out your crew. And as you see, the graphics really look clean. It looks like a mix, in my opinion, of Saints Row and Grand Theft Auto, if you ask me. And Syn City's team, if you don't know, is absolutely top tier. They are building something special at Syn City, and I'll show you the backers here in a second. But a lot of people have trouble finding a little bit of the gameplay. They did recently add the gameplay trailer here to their front page of their website. I think that this project really just is going to hit a home run. And this will probably be the biggest IGO of this month in gaming. I don't think it's going to be close. You take a look at their investors. You have Do Kwon, the founder of Terra. You have the co-founder of CoinMarketCap. You have Elio, KSI, Kieran, co-founder of Illuvium, Alex Becker, Animoca Brands. This is going to be a massive, massive project. And when you take a look at the IGO this Friday, if you're able to get in on this on the Seedify platform, this is going to do major, major X's. Not to mention, guys, the copper launch. They are doing kind of both terms of fundraising. They're going to do the IGO on Friday the 7th. They're also going to do the copper launch auction from the 8th to the 10th. So you're going to be able to get in one of those before it publicly trades. And they are going to be listing very quickly on different platforms. So Syn City is one to definitely watch out for this week. And other than that, guys, I really wanted to cover this project as one to put on your radar for the future. Heroes of Mavia. This looks like the Clash of Clans of the blockchain. And a lot of games really try to copycat games in the real world. But Heroes of Mavia really does look unique in the fact of their upgrade economy with the NFTs. You're going to be able to traditionally, in a Clash of Clans, you're really just leveling up your bases to really just fight other players, and you're not really earning, right? Like the whole point is earning. You're taking that Clash of Clans style, which is super successful. If you've played mobile apps, this is what Clash of Clans looks like right here. You're basically attacking and defending bases. And when you take a look at the Heroes of Mavia and exactly what they are trying to build out, they are definitely close to building out the Clash of Clans of the metaverse and of blockchain gaming. The setup is the exact same. You command your army to victory, build your base to defend against enemy invaders, and lead an army of infantry, vehicles, and air units while earning the Ruby token. So I wanted to bring this up because their NFT sales are coming up very, very soon, as well as their token launch in, I believe, Q2. So be on the lookout for this project. Their NFTs for the game will launch very, very soon, but also their coin will be launching as well. And you can kind of take a look at their interface here. So these will kind of be the types of assets you can buy inside of Heroes of Mavia. And their Twitter page is super active. They're coming out with quite a bit of updates here and different articles, developments, AMAs, all that good stuff. So I really like this project. And if you're looking at future games, I think this is definitely one to put on your notebook, put on your Word document that you keep track, or your Excel spreadsheet. I think Heroes of Mavia is one of those games to definitely keep your eye on. And that's really going to do it for today's show, guys. So I wanted to cover a couple of upcoming games at the end, one to really look ahead to, and one that's this Friday in Syn City. We'll talk more about Syn City this week. And tomorrow we're going to talk about games. So as you noticed today, we talked mainly about infrastructure. We were talking about the projects to really bank heavier into the blockchains powering gaming, the distribution platforms, the picks and shovels, as we call it, the things that really just will be powering the economy, not the games themselves that might die after a while. Now, tomorrow we will cover the top tier games within the space, stuff like Syn City, stuff like Citus, stuff like Star Atlas, Phaeton Arena, all that good stuff. We will cover all those big games and more tomorrow, and games to definitely keep your eye on that have that chance of success. These low cap games that come out every single day. There's so many gaming tokens, guys, like hundreds of gaming tokens coming out every week at this point. You need to be selective in what we're choosing and what you think is going to be massively adopted. So we'll dig into the top tier level games tomorrow, as well as some upcoming games to keep an eye on. But that's going to do it for us on today's edition of In the Game. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new to the Banter fam. Like the video. It helps us get this In the Game episode and more out in front of viewers just like yourself who are bullish on crypto gaming. I am out.